Greetings. Danny in the Lions Den. How you doing? How you doing? Again, it's still Libra season. I don't know when you're watching this, but we in October now. October. So Libra seasons, happy birthday to you. Half your birthdays to the Aries. I don't know if you watched the other ones this week, so you might be just checking in. So I still want to shout them out because it's that time of the month. You know what I mean? Libras and half your birthdays to Aries. Happy birthday. But today we're gonna chop it up, okay? Cause listen, we're growing, we're healing, we're improving our day to day, and today's hot topic is listen. We're going to be taking responsibility for what we're thinking. That's different, and it's aligned with what we've been talking about all week. It's like we're putting on our big boy pants and we're saying, you know what? I can be responsible for what I say, what I do. I can also be responsible for what I think. That's different, right? I know. So listen, I'm going to have my friend Danny in the Lions Den talk to you about that. We're going to have a conversation, we're going to chop it up, and we're going to unpack it, okay? So here is Danny. I'm so crazy, right? Y'all love it. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. I had to introduce myself. You know what I'm saying? But listen, so um, it's like this: law of attraction, right? Speaking things into existence, um, taking responsibility for what we think is different. I get it. I'm doing it. First one in line is me. I want to take responsibility for what I think, and that could be different for any and every all of us. Um, I was listening to a motivational speaker the other day, and they said $100 to someone might be the end of the world because they're used to having millions, and to someone else, it could be everything. It could be everything to them. So this, I believe, applies to that as well. Being responsible for what you think. Um, is again different for everybody. You might be in a happy, loving relationship, but not be financially stable, or vice versa. It might be flip flop for someone else. They might be financially stable, but not in a very loving relationship. So, being responsible for what you think can help with those areas of your life you want to improve. And it starts with um, asking for consent when you make for wishes for other people. More so, because sometimes we just wish so many things for other people that we don't know if that's what they want. I wish they quit their job and go get a real one. What if they like their job, you know? Or I wish they stopped playing that music. They like the music. Why don't you wish that you become okay with them playing the music? So becoming responsible with thoughts is a deep conversation. I get it. Um, but it's one that I'm embarking on as well. How can I be okay conditionally or unconditionally? I guess I don't know. I'm looking at things that normally would make me upset, or areas of my life where I would usually either beat myself up, and it's just like, how can I stop doing that and um, speak more of what I want? And it starts with my thinking. Sometimes I used to say, well, I can't date until I buy a house, or I can't date until I heal, or I can't travel the world until I get my bills caught up. You know what I mean? Like so many things that I would think that I was saying just because I heard it, I guess, other places. You know what I mean? Making excuses, or I don't know, but and again, it might be different for other people. It might be that don't think you'll ever get a promotion. You know, maybe you think you're not good enough, or the girl that you want to ask out, or the guy that you want to ask out, they won't have me. I don't, and you don't know, you won't know unless you ask. The promotion, you won't know unless you ask. The house, I can't buy a house until I improve my credit. They might have programs for people who have low credit scores that could actually get into a program that actually helps them get a house, first time house buyer or something. So for every way of thinking, there may be a new way that you can introduce that helps with your process, helps with your day-to-day living, your day-to-day thinking. And taking responsibility for how you think is big. I get that. Support from friends, that might be something you ask friends, a counselor, therapist. I know I'm always pushing that new, like, damn, do you think we all need help? And I think we all need a support group, and that looks different for everybody. That might be a therapist, it might be a life coach, it might be a counselor, it might be maybe a pastor, it might be sometimes someone you just look up to. Like you might be friends with an amazing couple that you look up to, and you're getting advice from them. You might be friends with the mayor, or someone that you look up to, and sometimes you just and honestly, sometimes you could just ask random people how they process thinking better, and come up with your version of that. And it's fun because it's kind of like an experiment to see how people are thinking, and if you're alone and how you think, so it's always different. But taking responsibility for how you think falls into how you act and what you say and how you experience life. So I hope that this helps. I hope that all these videos help. I hope you like, subscribe, comment. Tell me if they're helping. Tell me if they've inspired you. But we're in this together. We're all doing our best. We're all doing our best. So, fun times at band camp. This is the first week completed. I like that I've been consistent with this. This has been nice, keeping a steady flow of something that I said I was going to do. And that took me thinking this into progress. You know what I mean? Like, so many people, when I told that I wanted to do this, they're like, oh, you should just start somewhere. And everyone had some, tips and advice. And I knew that I was going to. I just knew that I wanted to start it in a way that felt good for me. And I just kept writing. I kept writing topics and ideas, and it's been beautiful watching it from the beginning, where I started from, to now. And I know that it's only going to grow from here. It's still going to continue to grow. It took a year for me to do all of this. So I'm excited. So 1 week down, so many more to go, so many lives to improve, and improve mine as well. My goals currently are, I would say my top 5 at this point is purchasing a home, relationship, health, traveling, and publishing my writings. Those are my top 5 at this time. And I want to hear about yours. That's the new way that I'm thinking, that all of this is possible. Anything that I set out for myself is possible in the time that feels right. So many times people be like, I need to have a 6-pack by 45 days, and I need, I'm I'm almost 40 at this point, and setting unrealistic goals for me makes me want to stop, and I just don't do it. So I had to find a way for me to do it in a way that feels comfortable, where I can keep it consistent. And who knows, maybe I might, get to a point where the goals are done in a lesser time, but I'm new at this, so I'm grateful to start somewhere. And that's new thinking for me because I didn't set goals before. I would say the last 5 years, I was just kind of winging it. um, I had a very strong knowing, like if I set my mind to do something, that I was going to do it. Um, but for the most part, there were no 5 year, 3 year goals, 5 years, what you gonna be doing in 10 years, and savings and investment. It was Danny. I was Mr. Fly by the seat of my pants. And it's nice to have some sort of version of a plan, something set. Um, I'm excited to watch it unfold, all of it. It's like I've already seen so much of it already unfold. Um, it's been magical, seeing the pieces come together, people confirming it. I'm always saying that so many motivational speakers have words of wisdom or confirmation. Friends and family do as well. I'll be thinking of something or saying something or learn something new, and then a family member will call me and be like, "Hey, bro, I know you on this, and I just wanted to put you on what I just learned." And it's just like, I gotta send you this screenshot. I literally just learned this too. And it's like we be on the same wavelength, and it's beautiful because it's like when we grow, we all grow. And I love it. I love it. So many of my family members in the beginning of this was like, no, you need to just give this up. The family ain't gonna heal. We ain't gonna never change. And it's like, we haven't in the past changed. I get that. And we haven't healed. But just because we haven't healed and we didn't know how to heal and how to effectively communicate and be nice to each other doesn't mean we have to stay that way. And so many people say, "Oh, you're breaking generational curses." I don't think we were cursed, but I do think we were in a repetitive way of thinking, and we were hopeless. We had lost hope that any of us could actually heal and really get along. And there's some still stuff that's going on, drama and gossip and mess is still going on. And I realize that when you have a particular way of thinking and acting and feeling, those become almost like an expectation. So to ask family and friends to stop feeling and thinking and acting the way they did and think it's going to happen overnight, it's not. And I have to take that into account for my goals that I have for myself. It's like I've been wanting a six pack since whenever, I don't know, whenever you worry. And I realized a lot of my health or weight concerns was more so I didn't want to be looked at as a loose person. So my thinking was, I guess maybe if I'm unattractive subconsciously, then I won't be looked at that way because I can't do anything anyway because I don't even feel attractive. Um, and I know everyone finds me attractive. I know I'm a snag, but I wasn't feeling attractive. And thus, there's certain parts of everyone's body that they're looking at like, I wish and I wish and I wish and I wish. And that's where I'm at too, you know what I mean? But it's not no longer a wish of like, I wish I looked this way so I feel attractive. I feel attractive now. Nowadays, I walk different. I feel different when I walk into a room. I acknowledge that people are going to stare at me, and I'm still working on the anxiety portion of it. But I get it. People find me a beautiful man and they stare at me. I stare at beautiful, humans. So I get it. I get it that that's how they see me. So I'm acknowledging that, and my thinking towards it has changed and improved drastically. Um, So taking responsibility for how I think is a part of my journey, and I'm not saying you need to or you should, but I'm more so sharing. Any of these videos is literally any topic that I have typically is something that I've witnessed in myself and I'm improving. So it's not that you have to do any of these videos. It might be that you just want to listen to what I'm explaining on my journey, because that's pretty much what any of these are about, is me living my life in a way that fits me. Um, what I've noticed is with my motivational speakers that I listen to, um, they got to a point where they started living life for them and it fit for them. So that's pretty much what I'm doing as well, is letting you get a peek into what I am experiencing in my journey with what I'm learning and how I'm applying it and when I'm applying it. And taking responsibility for how I think has been something I didn't want to do. I thought it was a lot of work. In the documentary The Secret, they say it too. They said, "Well, this might seem like a lot of work at first," and honestly, it was. Um, a big portion of it took a lot of work. um, Even to the point of me feeling woke, as some people say, and still having these nuances that didn't seem like they were aligned with what I really was feeling. Like energy can never be destroyed or created, yet I would look at certain things and be like, I ain't putting that in me. And like any food, anything, does have an effect on our body, but we are looking at elements that have sometimes been forced to put together, because like a cake, for example, we put the eggs in there with the flour to bind it, and certain chemicals like that. And so when you look at genetically modified foods, all of those are just chemicals that have been forced to be together. So because they don't want to be together, when they break down, our bodies react to that. But what I'm realizing is I won't be so, my thinking towards the food won't be as so negative as it used to be, because it would be like, that's genetically modified, like it was the food's fault. It's like a child that was conceived maybe out of wedlock, and we look at the child like it's its fault. Like, you broke up this marriage, so I'm mad at you. No, the parent that went and slept somewhere else was the reason. This was just the outcome of it. The child ain't have nothing to do with whoever created it. And the same goes for all that food. The food ain't got nothing to do with whoever thought to put it together or genetically modify its genes to repel bugs or whatever it might have been doing. That food has nothing to do with it. I can still choose to eat different foods and foods that haven't been modified through the genes, but what I can do is still be nicer to that food that has been genetically modified. And that's a new way of thinking, for me. I'm not saying you have to, but I realized that it's energy at the end of the day. It's still life that's been created. So again, let me know if this is helping. I feel like it is, sort of like therapy for myself, actually. So I love it. Again, I'm Danny in the Lion's Den. It's crown chakra day. Breathing into your crown chakra. And I hope that when you breathe into any of the chakras that I mentioned, that you truly imagine and begin to feel the air breathing into that area. So the crown chakra is up here. We go, Sunday is the root, and we work our way up. Every week is gonna just be a repeat of the colors on a cycle. And today, Saturday, is purple, is crown chakra. So we're gonna real quick breathe in Hold. Release. It's really nice. It's like a reset. It's kind of like, I feel like people who smoke become so addicted to the cigarettes because they're breathing in. And their cigarettes calm them. No, their breathing techniques calm them. You have to breathe in, you have to breathe out. You just have awesome breathing techniques. That's what calms you down. It just so happens that you got something to smoke on while doing it, but it's not the cigarette, it's your breathing techniques. But neither here nor there. I just want to say you are beautiful. I'm beautiful. We're all beautiful. Enjoy your day. Peace.